Hi, everybody in YouTube land. I hope you're doing well. Just done my slave job. I got my 3 days off, 10-hour shifts, 40-hour week, 4 days. Anyways, I'm just making a brief video. Um, just wanted to let people know that your compass needle that you have points in the direction of the way out of this matrix. People can't see it yet. Many people can't, but they will. That you're living on a flat earth plane. The North Star hasn't moved one increment in the entire duration of the history of Earth and all the people that are here. That's impossible if we were floating in space, spinning and wobbling and all the nonsense that they feed you. What they will do when you ask people for a demonstration of Earth with water spinning on it, spinning to a ball with air holding to it, they will refer to their mass, their reification fallacies, their maths, their abstracts, their concepts. There's a large portion of the world that believes that gravity is a force. And I mean, I get this all the time. They're literally parroting and mimicking what they hear. And then when you prove to them that gravity is indeed not a force, they start talking other nonsense. And then say, oh, yeah, well, we knew gravity wasn't a force, but you can think of it as a force. You can think of gravity as a force, right? You can imagine it as a force. I can imagine anything, but that doesn't make it real. Its density, relative density, is what is real, and it will always seek equilibrium. Perhaps people that claim to know science, not the ones that are just, and I mean the ones that are just parroting the nonsense that they hear, should go and investigate it. I know that I'm going to get all sorts of comments just for making this video. I know that I'm trolled regularly and just personal attacks on me as an individual. Like, it's just childish beyond measure. But the truth is, if you can't see that your world is obviously and observably flat, if you can't see that water always seeks level, if you can't understand that you can't have gas pressure without a container, and if you want to go and run to the idea of gradient pressure and you go to the top of the mountains and the air is thinner, you're not thinking at all. You're not using the brain that has been given to you, or you just don't have one. Bottom line is you can't have gas pressure without a container, and you most certainly cannot have gradient gas pressure without a container. For in order for gas pressure to be gradient, it needs gas pressure in the first place, which means it needs a container. So we just go in one big circle here. So commenting about gas pressure being gradient and I'm stupid and stuff like that. No, actually, you're fucking stupid as fuck. Because in order to have gradient gas pressure, you must have a container. And the nonsense of weight holding the air down. Did someone drill your head open and remove your fucking brains? Really? What's wrong with you? Show me a demonstration of any type of invisible weight of air holding the air on against a vacuum. Well, it floats in the vacuum. In other words, show me an air sphere that makes a sphere of air without a container beside a vacuum. You can't. But what you can do is talk about concepts and math and gravity and Newtonian physics and Einsteinian, and none of it has any validity. In fact, your gravity all goes back to Einsteinian. You haven't had Newtonian gravity forever. And Newtonian gravity is, again, just reification fallacies, just concepts, abstracts, just like Einsteinian gravity is concepts, abstracts. Do you know what a concept is? Literally, the word con is in there. But I just want to know, to the people out there, do you understand the word concept? A concept is a belief, in case you need to be enlightened on what a concept is. Do you understand that math is not science? Do you understand that math doesn't prove anything? However, and I say this very strongly, a demonstration proves science, proves the validity of something. In order to verify something, you must demonstrate it. I've never seen a demonstration of an air sphere in a vacuum with the air holding to it, let alone the water to a ball that's spinning. And in fact, in centrifugal force, it would be impossible for the water to hold on to a spinning ball. It would do the exact opposite. It would spin off. Just like gas pressure on a ball would do the exact opposite. It would just dissipate into the available space of the vacuum and fill it immediately. And fill it, it must. Fill it, it will. I don't understand the reification fallacies, the idea that your belief, your religious fundamentalist zealotry belief is going to make this real. It doesn't make it real. You're all fooled. You've been bamboozled. And the truth is, the flat earth movement is being suppressed. And I find it very, very suspicious that when flat earth was coming out, that the amount of censorship, the amount of bigotry towards the subject, the amount of ignorance that people have, the right that they seem to possess to call people names, and at the same token say, you're racist, or you're this, you're that, and you can't talk that way because that's not right. Yet, when it comes to flat earthers, you feel you have the right to stomp and smash and lie and make fun of them. And not once do you shut your fucking mouth and listen. In fact, in every case when a flat earther is explaining things, you immediately start talking through them. It's like some sort of a reaction or some sort of a pre-programmed response. You just can't shut the fuck up and listen to what they're saying. And when you do talk, it's always to change the subject. For example, show me gas pressure without a container. A demonstration, please. It will go on. Someone will go on about gradient pressure. Someone will go on about other things. They will not address the question, and they will not give me a demonstration. And what's even more hilarious, I can't believe this, to be honest. It goes beyond measure to me. I've asked people for a demonstration of gas pressure without a container, and some fool sends me a link to a guy with a couple cans of gas. Well, he's spraying them in a fucking aquarium. Right? And an aquarium has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 sides. The gas that he sprays in sinks to the bottom of the aquarium. And by the way, the gas came out of a container and he's putting it into a container. Over a period of time, that gas will dissipate out of the aquarium and into the air. Proving exactly what I said. You cannot have gas pressure without a container. However, if that aquarium had a lid on it, it would contain the air, right? Or the gas that they put in there. And even though it didn't have a lid, it still constitutes a container. Do you not understand that when you speak and air comes out of your mouth, it doesn't fall to the ground like bouncy balls? It comes out and it disperses in all directions. All directions. Gas does not have a specific vector. It doesn't just go up or down or left or right. It will go in all directions. And the funny thing is, if the gas is lighter than the air, the medium that it's in, it will go up, but it will go up in all directions. And it'll go up to a certain point, right? And then it'll stop because there's a barrier preventing it. I don't understand what you don't understand about that. I don't understand why something so simple needs all these mathematical equations that amount to jack shit.